What's good, family, and welcome to Enjoy the Journey. I am your host, Devontae Lamont, and today I have with me Corbin Allen, who is an amazing actor and violinist right here from Atlanta, Georgia. He is an amazing individual. He's doing great things in our city musically, and we just here to chat it up with him today, all right? What's good, Corbin?
Yo, what's good with you?
Yo, bruh, thank you so much for being here.
No, you already know, man.
Oh
Thanks for
my
having
God.
me.
Thank you so much. So you are amazing. So you're originally from Chicago, Illinois, right?
Right.
Born and raised?
Yep.
Okay, so tell me, what is it like growing up in Chicago?
Growing up in Chicago, you gotta learn. You learn quick how to navigate all the BS. You know what I mean? So it's like, you pick up on energy real quick because it's a vibrant city.
That's true.
So it's like you and a lot of pockets are very you feel all the tension.
Yeah.
So you just kind of learn how to navigate that and just
So where'd you
mind
grow
your
up?
own
West
business.
Side, South Side?
South side.
Okay, so you from South Side Chicago,
Yeah,
so we know
yeah.
it's real, so you know about
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah, but I was, I was pretty blessed to know how to like just maneuver through all that,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So one thing that you are really known for is your music ability.
Right.
And so I would love just to hear about, like, who are some of your musical influences? Like, who are some people that you listened to growing up, or even being from Chicago? Like, all the great artists are from Chicago.
Yeah.
So like, who are some people who you listen to or maybe influenced you musically?
And well, starting with just being influenced, just period. Let me see. Who did I get influenced by? Well, the first time I got, I guess, inspired to even try to pick up an instrument was from Pastor Chris from the church I grew up in.
Nice.
He would play the keys during worship and sing.
Okay.
And just he was the worship leader and
Nice.
and he was the leader amongst other things. But
Nice. So you
but
grew
when
up
I
as, like,
saw-
so you grew up in the church and like a church musician.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, but it was it wasn't the traditional I guess traditional gospel type
Right.
of. I mean, it was gospel, but it was more contemporary gospel and like more easier chords, more simple chords and stuff like that. So it was.
Did you grow up
it
Baptist?
was more. Nah, it was non-denominational.
Because I know a lot of like church music. Because I grew up in the church, so like a lot of the church music, simple chords, like a lot of repetition.
Yeah.
But I love that because I think it teaches us musicianship. We learn about our craft. Was there any like mainstream artists like from Chicago? Like I know y'all have like Jennifer Hudson, Kanye West. Like who else?
Yeah, Kanye was. Yeah, that was always like my
Okay.
my dog right there. But who else? Like Common.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess I can't name them no more, but King of R&B, let's just say that.
King of R&B.
Let's just say that.
We already know who that is.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. I agree. So I love that. So you are a violinist. At what age did you start playing the violin?
I started playing at about 8, 9 years old. I never know the exact age, but it's about 8 or 9.
How'd you get attracted to playing the violin?
So I discovered my musical inclination. I want to say like maybe 6, 7, something like that. I was like I said, I got inspired by Pastor Chris playing the keyboard. My mom told me I used to sit under the keyboard after church sometimes. Yeah, so it was just always something I was attracted to. So I learned how to play piano by ear.
Nice.
As well as people showing me how to play, and then I would just kind of just get down the patterns and just kind of just figure things out. And then I just became infatuated with instruments, period, So I was like, yo, like the next time I get a chance to learn something new, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what it is.
That is so dope.
Yep. And then one day went to a talent show with my family, and saw some kids on the stage, and they were all lined up playing the violin to a track, and the instructor was off to the side, and the kids were just on display, just doing their thing. And I looked to my mom. I said, I want to do that.
Wow.
And she signed me up.
So you would say that your mom was a very crucial support system for you?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, she 100% invested in my gift.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So shout out to her.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mama.
Yeah, we love mama. We love mama. That is amazing. So you're from Chicago. You were infatuated with music, listening to music, different types of music. So when did you leave from Chicago and then come to Atlanta?
So I left right after my senior year of high school.
Wow.
Because I started college down here that fall of 2013 at Morehouse College.
Wow, you went to Morehouse.
Yes, sir.
That is amazing. So what did you study at Morehouse?
I studied music and concentration, violin performance. So
Cool.
it adds up now.
So did you feel that when you went to Morehouse, because now you are taking a passion of yours and now you're putting it into practice and you're doing it more in the mainstream, do you feel like that opportunity to study music through violin at Morehouse helped expand you musically or give you more knowledge on musicianship?
Of course, yeah, because playing classical music is hard. It's a lot of that stuff is very very intricate.
Yeah.
So it's like just having those skills and that foundation, you can play almost anything if you,
Yes, bruh, I agree with you because so I went to a performing arts high school, and so I studied voice, and a lot of people don't know, but I'm classically trained. So of course, we started with Johann Sebastian Bach, and we started with Mozart and sang Italian pieces and things like that. But I feel that I would not have been able to excel in theater, music, gospel, any of that without that foundation musically because it trains you on just better musicianship.
Exactly.
So how
it keeps you sharp.
Yeah, how important do you think education is for musicians? Because I know a lot of musicians, especially from Chicago, because Chicago got amazing musicians who just play by ear, who are naturally gifted.
Right.
But how important do you think it is for musicians, particularly, to be educated in their craft?
How important is it? I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with that one sometimes because I know certain things work for certain musicians.
Yeah.
You got certain musicians who are just that gifted to where they kind of don't really need to learn theory all like that.
Yeah.
Because what they're like the lane that they chose is it's working for them.
Right.
Particularly church musicians are a lot like that a lot, and then they might do something outside of that to where it's just in them.
Yeah.
And I was gifted, of course, but I was one of those people who it was best for me to take the route of actually learning theory and actually know what I'm playing.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing about me. I remember one of my violin teachers, Mr. Fisher, RP. He always told me, he said, you have no idea what you're playing. Because he would see me just, play on the piano and stuff right before our violin lesson, because there was a piano in the room.
Yeah.
But I would just be playing around and stuff. He would just look at me, he would be like, you have no idea what you're playing right now.
Wow.
I said, nah, I don't.
So so what do you think he meant by telling that you don't know what you're playing right now?
I don't know the chords, what key I'm in.
Wow.
I didn't really
Yeah.
understand that stuff until I got to college, and then I was able to learn all that, and then it started to click.
Yeah.
So
okay. So let's jump into it. So you're going to Morehouse. Now you're out doing these grand events and things like that. So you have, and I actually a couple weeks ago was able to come and hear you play live.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that I was able to come because one thing that I noticed, you play. You're so soulful and masterful with the violin, and I think it was Valentine's Day.
Right. Yeah.
It was a Valentine's Day, and I was just watching just how couples and just people who were there just having a drink were just really moved by your performance, moved by your vocal style. What is your connection to the violin or to playing music that you think connects with other people or connects with your audience? Because I was watching people as you were playing, it's like you were setting the atmosphere, the room was just set perfectly. Right. What is it about you and your connection to music that makes that happen for the audience?
I think because it's authentic, I think they can feel that. They can feel the passion and, the soul that's, it's coming from here, and then it translates and goes here to my fingers, and it just,
Wow.
Wow.
It becomes you.
That exactly.
Wow.
That's the sound that I produce. So I think, as long as I'm in it and I'm feeling it, I think it's it's a good chance that others will too.
Wow.
And people just resonate with that.
That is so powerful.
Yeah.
That is so powerful. And not only do you do music and do you do films, but I've seen that you've done a lot of acting projects as well. So, what are some of the projects that you've acted on?
So, well, a nice portion of the projects that I've worked on are short films that I was the lead in.
Nice.
So I want to say I did three short films in which I was the lead.
Congratulations.
So that was, thank you. So that was really what I was able to get my demo reel like that, just because I had a lot of screen time in three different films. But I think what really kind of lit that fire for me to pursue it was the second short film that I did called Mezzo Piano. It was about a violinist who was hard of hearing, and he wanted to try to communicate with a female vocalist.
Wow.
So he had to find a way, which was through music.
Wow.
So I was doing ASL, and we had somebody who was instructing us on how to do our lines in ASL and stuff like that. And
do you remember any of the ASL?
a little bit.
Like, okay.
A little bit.
Can you teach
Maybe.
a little bit of it? Like, okay, like what is something you could teach me about ASL?
I know this. I think this is music.
Music?
Yeah, I think that's music.
Okay.
I think this means tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so I think it was some line that I had where it was like tomorrow, same time, practice or something like that.
Wait, do it again.
Tomorrow, same time, practice.
Practice. All right,
Yeah.
let's look if I got it right. Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
same time. Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah, it's up tomorrow,
Same time, music.
Yeah.
Yo, I just learned ASL. Hey, certify me. If you need somebody to teach your ASL class, I am available. So wait,
Yeah.
tomorrow,
There you go. Same time.
same time.
Practice my music.
All right, that ain't gonna work.
I think that's probably the main thing that I remember.
Okay.
So so.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is so dope. That sounds. First off, I want to see it because that sounds like.
Oh yeah,
a
no
dope
doubt.
film.
But yeah, but no, it was definitely pretty. It was dope.
Nice.
It was. I think that was a film that I got to show my range early.
Yeah.
Like it kind of let me know that I had range early on, and then but it was a student film for the CTEMS program at Morehouse, which is a cinema, television, emerging media studies.
Wow.
So they got to do a short film. They have to do a short film as their senior capstone.
Super.
So I thought he was just gonna use it for that and be like, okay, well, I got a grade for it, I can move on from it. But he ended up submitting it to some film festivals, and it ended up getting played in like four festivals.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. So that's what really made me realize, like I got to stop playing.
Yeah.
And really go after this.
So another question I'm having, as a musician, what role does vulnerability play in your creativity period?
Yeah.
Because I really think that, especially as musicians, singers, and creatives in general, it takes a certain level of vulnerability to be able to produce and create and release your art to the world. How does vulnerability play a role for you as a musician?
Well, I think being vulnerable is what really, I think that's the thing that really inspires people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I think the more vulnerable you are, the better the product is going to be, or the content, or the music, or whatever it is that you're doing. That's gonna come out more authentically,
Yeah.
And people like that.
Yeah. Is there anything that something within you that you had to overcome to pull from? Like, I know a lot of people have overcome different trials and tribulations to be able to display that vulnerability to their audience. Is there some place inside of you or an experience that you've had that you pull from or connect to, or even if it's just a practice that you do, but what do you do to get you into that space?
I don't know. I just kind of, take a few deep breaths and if I got to close my eyes and just, act like nobody else is there.
Yeah.
Because that helps.
Yeah.
get into that zone, so you can just just lock in and do your thing.
That, man. I love that. So I also want to know, how has music helped transform your life?
How has it helped transform my life?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it probably started with, let me see. How did it transform my life? Uh, well, I mean, so I'll say this, right? So my very first violin teacher, Barry Elmore, shout out to him.
Okay.
So he would always tell me when I was a shorty, he would be like, this could help pay your way through college.
Yeah.
And I heard him,
Yeah.
but it was kind of in one and out the other, because because in that moment I was kind of on some, I'm like, I play violin,
Right.
but I was like, I really want to, I want to go to the league, I want to go to the NBA.
Really? So wait a minute. So I didn't know you played basketball.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I was focused on hooping. I mean, of course I was still like, it was never in my plans to just not do music.
Yeah.
I thought I had it all figured out. Like, I'm gonna go play in the league. I'm gonna retire, join a professional orchestra, like all that type of stuff. And then especially when I came across this NBA player, I think his name is Wayman Tisdale. I think he played in the NBA, and then I think but he was also like a bass player or something like that.
Oh.
I think he died not too long ago. But yeah, I was like, I bet. Well, if he, all right, well, he
But
can
I
do
think
that.
that's so
I can.
dope that people can literally navigate two spaces. Like, why can't I be a basketball player
Right.
and a musician and play basketball and play the violin, play basketball and do art, play basketball
Right.
and act? So
Right,
I
yeah.
think that is phenomenal, because a lot of times, if you think about it, bro, people like to lock you down to how they see you,
Exactly.
what they know you to be, but
Right.
I'm the type of person where there's more in me. Like, I'm not just a singer. I'm a journalist. I'm not just a journalist. I'm an
Right.
author. I'm not just a teacher. And so
Exactly.
I think we get so stuck
And being a
on-
box, yeah.
Yeah, being boxed in,
Because it makes other people comfortable.
Yes.
It's like,
Have you ever been in any positions like that where people tried to box in your creativity? You was like, heck no, like, this is who I am.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But if you don't mind, I guess I can actually officially answer your original question.
Yes,
but,
sir.
But it transformed my life, because that ended up happening. The violin did help. It did help pay my way through college. And then now I'm out here doing, I'm freelancing, but it's just like I'm thriving.
Wow.
I've played with a few major artists, and I do my own thing, and
That is
and
so
yeah, but
amazing.
that's how it transformed my life.
Nice.
Though,
So it's what it sounds like is that it's been in you since you were a young boy. And I feel like when it is you, you just naturally become it.
Exactly.
That's amazing. That
Exactly.
is so amazing. So what are like some of your other interests, outside of, music and things, like what are some other things that Corbin likes to do to hang out, to have a good time, to have fun?
To hang out. Like just hobbies or
Yeah,
anything?
just
or-
hobbies, yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, basketball's still there.
Absolutely.
I mean, anything athletic. I mean, it's been a minute since I played flag football. I want to get back to that at some point.
Nice.
I like to go out. Go out to some lounge, like a bar, whatever.
Yeah.
Go catch a basketball game somewhere. Get some drinks. I also want to get more into like going to go see like plays and
Yeah.
different types of shows and maybe art exhibits and
Absolutely.
just different stuff. That's that's going to stretch
Absolutely.
me.
Yeah.
Because we can only go to the club so many times.
So many
Like,
times, especially after you get old, it's like, all right,
Yeah,
now I've been there,
it's
done
like-
that. Like,
It's like then you realize it's a scam anyway. So
yeah,
it's just like
it is. And I think once we learn how to maximize our time and not waste it on things that, of course, I'm not saying now don't go have a good time, but
Right.
I'm learning, I'm in the space now, Corbin, where I want to invest my time into things that matter and to things that are meaningful to my purpose.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So with that being said, what is the legacy that you would like to leave behind through your music, through your life? What is that legacy that you want to leave behind?
I just want to be able to know that I inspired people to to want to